What's up, gamers? Dreamcastguy here, and today is a very happy day because we have a bunch of new Silent Hill leaks. Talks of a completely new game that some fans are already calling Silent Hill 9, and I want to take a look at them because honestly the screenshots look very, very different and very spooky. Now, I'm still in the middle of moving house, so unfortunately all I have is a giant empty room right now and this green screen. So maybe at the end of this video, I'll show you the fact that my camera is propped up literally on a stack of NES games right now. But I want to talk about this because I'm very, very excited. So let's begin by just taking a look at this. Here we have an article over at Video Game Chronicle saying the leaked images appear to show a British Silent Hill. Now, typically, I try and be incredibly careful talking about leaks and sort of tiptoe around particular pieces of content. For this video, I am going to risk it. I am going to show you each of the screenshots because there's actually a pretty good batch of them, and I want to sort of analyze them with you because I do consider myself to be a bit of a Silent Hill aficionado. I've played every game, I've beat the heck out of every game, I've even read the Silent Hill book. I am very into this franchise, but let's start things off. So what happened is, specifically, the leaker known as DuskGolem, also known as Aesthetic Gamer, was teasing things out a couple days ago. I was following him on Twitter, and he kept saying like this big countdown, saying this is it, this will be the major Silent Hill leak. Now, previously, this guy has known a bunch of stuff about other horror games. He's kind of the horror leaker. Now, as a massive fan of things that go bump in the night, I've been following pretty much every tweet that this guy has ever done. Well, he tweeted it out, and suddenly, once these images of gameplay were released, they disappeared a couple hours later with a DMCA, a copyright strike. So let's just start things off. I don't want to beat around the bush. Here's what happened. You can see here, this is what here, Silent Hill leak. There's a lot I'm not sharing, but these are a relatively new source to me. I've been given enough proof to believe that these are actually legit. I'll also mention the names Anita and Maya. So SMS Messenger, which we're going to talk about more in a sec, these are the 4 pictures that originally were posted. Now, some people are thinking that maybe this is all a big hoax. Maybe like it just says that they were DMCA'd. The person who technically owns these images, like if you post something like a leaked Marvel image or you happen to post somebody's dick pics or something like that, the original copyright holder of said dick can choose to say, hey, delete that, that's my content. Well, some people think that maybe DuskGolem is doing this as a big, ridiculous hoax. He has, I think he has a good track record, but some people are thinking that maybe he did it to himself. Let's look at the images directly. So this is the first one. Inside of these developer notes, it actually says stuff about what this game is, how it's going to work, and there's more talks about the creepiness of this setting. Now, real quickly, all of these pictures have this very sloppy tone to it, a very junky, purposeful. I want to take a look at this one more in detail here in a sec. Here's the other one that really strikes my attention. A lot of people have been comparing this to Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 7, really love that game, but one of the things that always struck me most about Resident Evil 7 was that the game is scary as heck. I don't care. Some people say, oh, no Resident Evil game is scary because you get shotguns. No, you're wrong. I like Resident Evil because it is spooky. It is more than just monsters and big transforming people with weird unknown viruses. I liked the junky nature of Resident Evil 7 a lot. And seeing this very dilapidated, literally wallpaper falling off the freaking walls. Look at this rot. This looks creepy. Like right now, I can picture some sort of wobbling Silent Hill style demon being in this place because it definitely, it has that air of something being wrong. But now let's talk about this. Of all the screenshots, of all the talk I've seen, this is perhaps the most analyzed because something about this seems different, which is the fact that, so it's obviously, about 2,000 post-it notes, and each of them has different mean words on it. Fat bitch, that looks like it says pervert, creep, You Will Never Find Love, I think is this one right here. And they go on and on and on, especially now at the end of the hall is a figure who also appears to be covered in these post-it notes. Now, I think there was another version of this same screenshot. Now, we're going to take a look at that one in a sec. So inside the original leak, as I pull this up, you can see that there is a secondary version of this where the person is a little bit more clear. Now, Video Game Chronicle posted these very tiny, very low resolution copies of the screenshots, but you can see that there is a secondary version. This seems to be more in-engine, like an actual screenshot of gameplay. This looks more like concept art. But to look at it again, as I click through, there we go. Looking at this again, I've seen a lot of people speculating that this has a Pyramid Head tone. Now, Pyramid Head is technically just supposed to exist in the world of Silent Hill 2 and pretty much no place else, at least according to the original lore. But if you really sort of think about it, the fact that they've already put Pyramid Head into the Silent Hill comics, where he doesn't really make sense. They've already put Pyramid Head into Silent Hill Homecoming, where he's just almost a pointless antagonist. I do kind of believe the speculation that this is a Pyramid Head-like figure. The original name of Pyramid Head was the Red Pyramid, and if you look, I do see a bit of a Pyramid Head style shaping to whatever this is, this cloud of post-it notes. Now, let's talk about this last screenshot here. Everybody is assuming, myself included, that this is the protagonist, this young looking woman here. If you notice, I think this is such an interesting note, it appears as if she is made of post-it notes. You can see these individual overlapping pieces of what looks like paper on top of paper on top of paper. Now, I think that this is incredibly interesting to see whatever is going on here. That's just so, I don't know, something about this really strikes me as, I don't know, different. It really strikes me as a more emotional creepiness instead of just, blah, it is me, Pyramid Head. But a lot of people have pointed out the fact that it says Minger. If you look on some of these post-it notes, it makes other British jokes from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. People are sort of assuming this is a British setting. I'm still not completely sold on that. Silent Hill originally was intended to be a Japanese parody of American horror. I mean, the developers have said that at the very start. It is Japanese people imitating American horror through a Japanese lens. And I thought that they managed to nail that very well. The tone, the aesthetic, the art style, the monster design of Silent Hill games is top freaking notch. But when I look at this screenshot specifically, I know I keep coming back to it, but this one specifically, it sticks with me that I think they're trying to make Silent Hill scary again. Now, I want to talk about the developer rumors, but real quickly, my biggest hope for Silent Hill 9, as some people are calling this, is straight up just make it scary. Just make it spooky. Make it so that it actually unnerves us once again. Some people, again, just keep saying that, oh, Silent Hill is more about being creepy. It's more about evoking these natures of terror. But I would actually go on record and say Silent Hill 1, absolutely freaking gut-wrenchingly terrifying. Freaking Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 4, each of these is separately freaking messed up horror, and I loved that. Silent Hill 4 especially does not get enough love. Silent Hill 4, those creepy freaking ghosts that keep appearing in your apartment, that is genius. I want whatever Silent Hill project this is to really go back to that nature of what the heck is going on. Now, who is making this? There is a lot of rumors that it's possibly Bloober Team. Bloober Team currently has some sort of exclusivity contract with Sony. Bloober Team has talked about working with Japanese developers. I am mixed. I've actually liked a lot of Bloober Team games, but Bloober Team is a very tiny studio. If this is a Bloober Team project, games like their previous game, The Medium, that already felt very Silent Hill. I'm mixed. I'm hoping that this is a bigger budget project. Pretty much all the rumors and some of the stuff my own personal sources have talked about, this Silent Hill game is probably going to be a PlayStation exclusive, PS5 specifically. But more than that, there's been talks that there's currently multiple Silent Hill games in development, different ones in different stages. One of them being a straight up Silent Hill remake of the original Silent Hill, but just done again in next gen graphics. There's this one, which is apparently Silent Hill 9, but then there's something else that exists as well. Whatever these things are, I am personally very, very excited about it. I think the fact that we're seeing so much leaked screenshots, I think that this is a pretty key sign that things are going to get shown soon. I would be straight up shocked if we do not see this at freaking Summer Games Fest. If sometime in like June, I really feel like we may see this here in the next couple weeks. Now, I do want to show this tweet real quick here at the end, which is the fact that this guy, he's worked in the past on Silent Hill games and with Konami, and he basically just seems mad that these leaks even exist. He doesn't even fully believe they're real. He's just basically saying that these leakers, the fact that leakers are managing to slip out so much about Silent Hill, to him, he feels like that is a bad sign. But what do you think about it? Yes, I know I'm not wearing a proper shirt. I'm a bit of a heathen. I apologize. I still have everything in boxes. I love you guys very much. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully we have a bunch of Silent Hill to dig through soon. Please go watch my video about Evil Dead the game. Like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Man, this is hype. All right, you want to see it? Let me show you this. So my lack of a ceiling and my pile of books. So that is currently how I guess I'm setting up my camera. I love you guys very much. Bye. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.